Welcome into the video. I am your tech guy Wayne, and today I'm bringing you part 2 to my how to use the Samsung Galaxy A16 for beginners. We did a whole beginner video teaching you the basics of what you'll need to know to learn how to use this phone. If you missed that video and you stumbled onto this one first, no problem. I'll link that part 1 right here so you can check out that video and get all of the beginning steps. This is going to be part 2, and I'm going to go over more useful information to just help you really master using your phone. Let's talk about the apps. So this is our home screen. And I want to show you some different tips for interacting with the apps on the home screen. You might have some things on this screen that you say, I never use that. I wish I could just get rid of that. Well, let's say this OneDrive app here, you don't use that. You don't know what it is. You don't need it. If you take your finger and you press down for 1 second, it'll bring up this menu. And in this menu, you can hit remove and simply make it disappear from the home screen. It's still on the phone, but it's not going to show up on this screen. Okay? And maybe there's something on here, for example, the Play Store. Okay, that's good. I don't use it very often, but I like to have it on the home screen. You can actually hold down on it and then drag to the right, and you can move it and create a new page. So now you have your main page, and when you swipe over, you'll have this new page that has that app on it. So that way you can organize the apps based on how you want the screen to look. Now, in terms of organizing the apps, another important thing is, well, what if there's an app that I don't like and I just want to delete it altogether off of the phone? You're going to swipe up and go to your app drawer, and this is where you'll see again all the apps that are currently installed on the phone. You might say, somebody put this Uber app on my phone. I never use that. I want to get rid of it. Well, hold down on it for 1 second, and this menu will pop up, and you want to tap on the uninstall option here, and this will actually give the option, hey, do you want to uninstall this? Yes, press OK. Now this app is deleted off of the phone and no longer will show up. So that's how you get rid of apps that you just do not use and don't care about. You have to be in the app drawer. You can't do it from this screen. You have to swipe up and you have to do it from the app drawer. Now, there might be some apps on this screen that you say, oh gosh, I wish my Facebook was on the home screen. Well, long press on Facebook, and the second option here says add to home screen. You got to do it quick or it's going to disappear. Let's try it again. Hold down on Facebook, tap on add to home screen, and now it's going to add Facebook to the home screen for you, just like that. Now, you might say, hey, I want to put Facebook on this page, not this page. Hold down again, and then after 1 second, you can move it, and you can simply drag it onto the home screen just like that. You can also create a folder, and you can organize apps based on their type or whatever category you want to set. Maybe this store app, you want to put it in this Google folder. Long press for 1 second, and then drag it to the right. And then I can either drop it in this folder, just like that, or let's hold down on it and let's drag it out of the folder. Just drag away from it and drag it over Facebook, and this will create a new folder. So there's two different options you have there. Make a new folder or drag it into an old folder. So that's another way to organize the apps that are on the home screen. Now, some of you guys might run into the issue where the apps keep moving. You might have put an app on a certain spot and then it got moved. Well, if you long press on the home screen and you go to settings, this is a helpful feature to enable. It's called lock home screen layout. And when this is enabled, you can't move the apps on the home screen. So watch, if I try to hold down on this, it won't let me move it. It says home screen layout is locked. You can change this in the settings. For those of you that are setting up your phone for someone who's new to smartphones, you may want to enable this feature so you can set it up in a way that makes sense for you and that person, and then lock it so that the apps never get deleted or erased by accident, because that does happen pretty frequently. I'm going to turn this off for now by going back to the settings and just turning off home or lock home screen layout. Now, so far, if you got value out of those tips right there, can you stop and bump that like button down below? It just helps the video to get shared into more people, and it really helps me as well because I want a lot of people to watch the video. So appreciate your support on that. Okay, this next tip is a really good one. I want to show you something that is called a widget. Now, this will allow you to add useful information to the home screen. So if I hold down on the home screen, come down to widgets, here I have these list of these really cool tiles and different things that I can add to the home screen to just give me more options. Okay, so for example, this is a really useful one here. For Gmail, tap on this little arrow to the right, tap on inbox and add. I'm going to tap primary, and now it's going to add this little display window that I can use to see if I have any new emails. So this is what it looks like. I can hold down on it, and then I can just drag it down just like that. You'll notice in the corners there's these little white dots. If you drag up on the dots, you can change the size of this, and it'll let you see more of your inbox. Now every time you open your phone, you can swipe over and see, oh, do I have any new emails? Is there anything important I need to be taking a look at in my inbox? If you tap on an email, it'll open up Gmail and take you right to that email. So that's just one example of a widget. This is a Gmail widget. Now here's another really good widget. I'm going to swipe over to my main screen here, hold down, go to widgets. Now I encourage you to swipe through this list because there's a ton of widgets that are available, so you can kind of see all the things that are available just by swiping through the list and just tapping on the little drop down arrow. Now if you go up to clock, tap on the drop down, you can add an alarm widget. So I'm going to tap on this, tap add, and now I can set my alarm. Maybe you get up every day at 6 a.m. I'm going to check the box here, and if I tap into it, it's going to add this to my home screen, and I can, guess what, hold down on this for 1 second, and I can drag it over to the other screen here, and now I can see my alarm every morning on the home screen, and I can also easily tap into it to make changes. So here's my alarm. It's set to go off every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Maybe you say, oh, Tuesdays I sleep in, along with Saturdays and Sundays. Uncheck that box. And you can go in and you can update the sounds. So this essentially is just creating a shortcut so that it's easy for you to set your alarm before you go to bed or before you do something. So those are just two examples of widgets. There's a lot more options that are in the settings, so go through there and play around, and you're going to find a lot of other really helpful features available in that section. Okay, next I want to show you how to check your voicemails on the phone, and also how to make changes to your voicemail as well. So you'll want to tap on the phone icon in the bottom left corner here, and let's erase the phone number that's currently in here right now. And if you want to call your voicemail, you simply need to tap on the number 1. And as I zoom in here, you can see there's a little voicemail icon right under the 1. So tapping the 1 and then pressing the phone button will automatically dial your voicemail. You can also dial your voicemail by simply just dialing your phone number. Type in the phone number and then tap the green button, and it will take you right to the voicemail. Now, you'll probably need to call your cell phone provider and have them walk you through setting your initial password to begin. And then you can ask them to change the password, and then it'll be easier for you to sign in and be able to check your voicemails. Now, one quick note, some carriers have a voicemail service where instead of you having to press the phone button and dial your phone number, there's an app you can download and you can just check your voicemails right from there. If you have T-Mobile, just to show you, I'm going to swipe up and let's go to the Play Store. T-Mobile Visual Voicemail. So this is the name of the app for T-Mobile. It's called Visual Voicemail. I'm just going to tap install. And with this app here, you can actually see, here, let me tap on the images so you can see it. So whenever a voicemail comes through, you're going to have this menu, so you can go to each one You can tap on it and it'll let you play back the voicemail, and it'll usually give you a typed out transcript of the voicemail as well. In fact, this is what it looks like. This was the call from Corey Klein. That's the message. I can play it back here, and you can call them back or text them right from the app. So this is one option. Now, if you don't have T-Mobile, no problem. Generally, dialing 611 on your phone will take you to your customer support. You can get to a live operator and say, hey, I want to set up visual voicemail. How do I do that? And they'll tell you the name of the app for their service, and you can download it and then use that to check your voicemail. It's really much easier than what I showed you with calling and dialing one, because it's a lot longer having to go through the automated system versus just going through an app. Next, let's go over how to take notes on your phone. So if you swipe up, you have an app on your phone that is called Notes. This is the Samsung Notes app, and we can tap on that, and they have a really nice clean interface that you can use to take notes. Now, the first thing you need to do is go to the bottom right corner and tap on this little pencil icon here to start a new note. And here, this is our note. I can tap in title and put, whatever I want to name it. Shopping list. And somehow I clicked out of it. Shopping list 220. Okay. So that's the name of our note. And then here I have different options at the bottom, so I can tap on the screen to bring up the keyboard and I can begin to type out my message. I can tap on this squiggly line here if I want to draw the message. Some of your phones have a stylus pen, so you can write this with a pen, or you can write it with your hand, or you can buy one of these really cool stylus pens. I like the ones from Bamboo, and I'll link that one on screen as well. This one links really well with the phone. Eggs, cheese, butter. So really easy shopping list there. And the cool thing is, when you're done, all you need to do is hit the home button. It'll automatically save your note. So when you go back to Samsung Notes again, and let's say we go out of this note, it's going to save it, and it's going to give you a preview of what the note looks like. So I can see this was my eggs, cheese, butter shopping list right here. Now this is one note app. This isn't my favorite. My favorite note app is actually called Google Keep. If you hit the home button, let's go to the Play Store. And we're going to, let's go back, tap the microphone, Google Keep. Very simple. This is the app. It's called Google Keep. We're going to tap the install button. I love this app. I've been using it for almost 10 years. The reason I love it is because it syncs seamlessly across your phone, tablet, and your computer. So you can take a note or start a note on the phone here, and you can jump right to your computer and go to the website keep.google.com. Sign into your Google account, and you can continue working on that note right from the computer. Now, Samsung Notes does that too, but it's a little trickier how it is facilitated. I just like the simplicity of Google's service. You're going to hit continue to give it initial permission. And here, I want to show you what their notes look like. So in the bottom right corner, you'll tap on the plus to start a new note. And you can have a note include an image, a drawing, a checklist. I'm going to hit the list here. And this is the layout. So that same option, I'm going to type shopping list. And then here I'm going to have a list with checkboxes. So when I type something, it's going to show up with little boxes to the left. And the cool thing with this is when I go to the store, once I grab my eggs, I can just check the box and then it'll move down the list. So it's a little more intuitive, and there's a lot more you can do with it. So those are two different options when it comes to taking notes. Feel free to use the one that looks better for you or you think would work better with how you like to take notes. How to change the wallpaper. The wallpaper is this picture you see on the home screen. It's the background. You might like this one. It's a cool look, but you might want to make it something different. So let me show you how to do that. Take your finger, hold down on the home screen, and you'll see it'll pop out like this and give you these 3 options or 4 options at the bottom here. So you've got 2 options for this. One, go to Wallpaper and Style, and here you can choose from some of the wallpapers that have been pre-selected and added to the phone. So go to Change Wallpaper. And at the top under Featured, you'll see wallpapers that Samsung has put on the phone. So they have really nice, beautiful images that they will add. You might find one of these beautiful, and you just simply would tap on it. It'll show you what it'll look like on the phone. Hit Next, and then it will change the background to that. Hit Done, and just like that, we have a new wallpaper. Okay. Now you might say, that's nice, but I have this picture on my phone. I'd rather make this picture of my mom the background. Well, to do that, we're going to hold down the home screen for 1 second, go back to Wallpaper and Style, go to Change Wallpaper, but instead of going to Featured, come down to Gallery. Tap on Gallery, and here it'll take you to your Gallery app, and you can go to any photo that you've taken on the phone, and you can make that the background. So for example, I can go to my camera folder here, and these are all the pictures I've taken. Let's make this picture right here our new background. Hit Done. And this is what it's going to look like. We're going to hit Next. Now, if you only want this picture to be the phone, the home screen background, you uncheck the lock screen. You can have a different picture on the lock screen versus on the home screen. And this is the lock screen when you basically wake up the phone. That's the lock screen. So this is your home screen, and that first image is the lock screen. So just FYI, that's the difference. You don't have to make the picture the same one for the lock screen and the home screen. You just toggle which one you want. I'm going to just check the box for home screen, hit Next. And on this screen, you can actually zoom in and make adjustments to the picture before you save it. I'm going to hit Done. And now this is going to become our new home screen picture, just like that. Okay, so that is another option you have in terms of changing the wallpaper. Now this next option is pretty cool. Go to Wallpaper and Style again, go to Change Wallpaper. Now there are a few other options in here. There's a graphical option. These are more wallpapers that Samsung has added. There is the colors wallpaper as well, and there are wallpaper services. And if you go to Wallpaper Services, there are these other options you have that will pre-select photos for you, and they'll add them as your wallpaper. You can also go to Get More Wallpapers, and Samsung has a whole store called the Galaxy Theme Store. We'll need to update it the first time we try to go into it. And in here, they have hundreds of wallpapers you can pick from to download. And there's some free and some paid. So you can kind of decide, you know, if there's one worth paying for. But watch this. Let's hit Get More Wallpapers. I'm going to show you how to find the free ones first. And then after that, you can go through and search through the paid ones. So this is the app here, and we're under Wallpapers. They do have themes as well, and they have icons, and there's a bunch of other things you can customize aside from the wallpaper, just as an FYI. If you go to Top, and then where it says All, tap there and go to Free. It'll sort the wallpapers by free first, so you can just see what's free. I always say, look at the free ones first and see if you find one you like. You might find a good one, then you don't have to pay for one. So I can swipe through to see the different images on this one. And if you like it, hit download, and then you can choose from these wallpapers to now add to your home screen. So this is just another option that you have in terms of changing the wallpaper to give your phone a little more character. I'm going to hit apply now. Now the cool thing with the lock screen, you can actually have multiple pictures cycle through. You don't have to just have one. So this is actually a pack of 5, and right here it says 5 items. Let's hit done. And now, if I turn the screen off and turn it back on, this is our new wallpaper, but watch this. If I turn the screen off and turn it back on again, it's going to switch to the next wallpaper. And every time you unlock it, it'll keep changing. So this is another fun way to just customize your phone and, you know, have something different show up every time. All right. So that is changing the wallpapers. Now, lastly, I want to show you how to use the clock app. So I showed you, we kind of went over how to set an alarm, but I also want to show you just like setting timers and things like that. So swipe up, go to the clock, and you have 4 options here. You have an alarm, you have the world clock, you have a stopwatch, and a timer. I surprisingly use this app a ton because when I'm washing clothes, I use this to set a quick alarm. Hey, I need to check the laundry in, 68 minutes or, 70 minutes. I'll come in here and I'll set this. And then now it's going to show up as a pop-up on the screen. And guess what? I can move that pop-up anywhere on the screen. And I have that visual reminder that in an hour and 9 minutes, I need to go check the laundry. Now, if we go back to the clock here, you can set multiple alarms. So you might have your 6 a.m. alarm for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can just set an alarm for today as well and just say, oh, tomorrow I want to get up at 8 a.m. And I'm just going to 8 a.m. hit save. And you can have tons of alarms going through here. A lot of us have different things that happen on different days. So feel free to set as many alarms as you want within the app here. You've also got your stopwatch here that you can use to keep track of the time and your world clock. All right. So this brings us to the end of our part 2. Now I want to give a quick shout out to this cool watch. It's called the Samsung Fit 3. This is a really inexpensive fitness tracker. And if you're looking for a way to just keep track of your steps and your heart rate and your water intake, this is a great option. This fitness tracker runs for about $60, and it pairs really well with the Samsung A16. And I'm going to link it on screen right here. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely look into this. It's a very just simple interface. And again, it's going to allow you to, get your weather, track your heart rate, track your steps. You can track your water. It's great. And it's just very simple and easy to use. And so it's a great complement to the Samsung A16. All right. Also, if you're looking for some case recommendations, check out this case from F&T Case. This case has a very rugged design on the side. It has these bumpers. It has a camera shutter, so you can actually hide your camera when you're not taking pictures. Some people have a fear of, their phone being hacked and then your camera being accessed and then being able to see through your phone. Well, you can simply hide it when you're not using it, so there's no fear of them tapping into your phone. I've never heard of a case that happening, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So anyway, this is just a cool case because it does give you that extra privacy. And there's a kickstand on the back you can use to hold the phone up in this landscape position for watching movies, or you can have it stand nice and tall just like this. Really inexpensive case on Amazon, so I will link that case up here in case you guys want to check it out. I have a bunch of other cool accessories that I recommend with this phone too, and I'll also link those in the upper right corner too. Lastly, there is one more part to this video. There's a part 3, and I'll link that on screen right here. So if you've gotten value out of this video, first, if you can bump the like button down below. Second, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Number 3, leave me a comment. Let me know what tip was the most helpful. And lastly, check out that other video so you can keep learning all the cool things you can do with the Samsung A16. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.